Well, tonight we're trying to put a major stamp in the ground for our sector, for the industry that we all work in. We've launched the Connecting 3 search report that was conducted by GfK and NOP. It's a study that is actually paid for by the DTI, and it's the third report that we've launched that sizes our industry and really highlights how important it is to the UK economy as a whole. Whether you're a farmer in Yorkshire, a health service manager in Bristol, or dare I say it, a risk manager in France, the business information you receive through magazines and newspapers, in person through conferences and exhibitions, or online through websites or mobiles, enables you to act with confidence and compete successfully.
What we've seen is that not just that print is doing well, but we've got these other vibrant sectors like the internet and face-to-face media, that the combination is incredibly powerful. And the print isn't dead. I mean, it's no shock, certainly no shock to anybody in the business. I don't think it should be any kind of shock outside. But what we've got are some numbers as well.
And some of you will know the work that's been done in measuring the creative industries recently, and finding that if you put them all together, they are bigger than the financial services industry. And I think that is a remarkable and certainly little-known fact, that if we put ourselves all together, that we would be bigger in that sense than the City of London. And if we acted together, that would be remarkable.
So how is this broken down? Well, the four main revenue-generating sectors are print, online, face-to-face, and marketing services. The largest contributor remains, I'm pleased to say, print magazines, which still contribute the majority of our revenues, a whopping 8.9 billion. Print, whilst its content might have evolved to be more discursive, more analytical, more informative, still is the centrepiece of what we all do. It's still where the brand is normally formed and founded. So it's a very, very important part of our business. Unlike our consumer peers, we have evolved with profitable online models. The report shows online revenues are at a tremendous 2.8 billion, having grown 44% since the last report, and it now represents 15% of the overall pie.
And we started offering The Economist, for example, to be downloadable. And we thought this was simply a delivery option that some people might choose to take. Along comes the postal strike in this country, and suddenly this is the most fantastic service anybody can have. And the number of people taking a podcast that we just do as an experiment is enormous. So actually what you're doing, yet again, is expanding the market. You're not replacing the market.
I don't think there's ever going to be a substitute for actually the print media, because I think people generally like to have something, hold something in their hands, and they will trust what they receive in a publication more than they will on the website.
I think online is not a threat. I think online is an opportunity, in the same way that getting close to your customers is an opportunity, not a threat.
Business media companies have also excelled in a rather older form of communication. That is face-to-face events, conferences and exhibitions, where we successfully, and I think very importantly, connect buyer and seller. In 2006, total revenues from face-to-face events stood at 2.8 billion, having grown again 7% since 2004, the last date of the last report. The reason why I believe the event businesses have grown so substantially and become such a vibrant part of what we do is that they facilitate the transaction. People love going to our in-person or face-to-face events because they know they'll get business from it, and that's the key decider.
The thing that came through for me was the fact that the venture capitalists are now interested in the sector, and that's a massive difference from a few years ago.
Anything that you learned that you didn't know already tonight?
The actual size of it. I was actually so surprised by the number and the fact that it's bigger than the financial services industry.
And I don't frankly mind if people are cynical outside the industry. I'm here to talk about the industry I work in and I serve. I love it. And I think we should be much prouder about it, frankly. And tonight is just an opportunity to shout and scream about how really good we are.